Hey, this is Tony, and welcome to Coolest Life. Thank you for joining me. Today, I am got a project, obviously, because you saw it in the caption. Today, I'm in a beautiful RV park. This one here is actually at Hunter Army Airfield in Savannah, Georgia. And right now, as you can see here, I'm on my roof, trying not to fall off and die. But anyway, right now I'm about to get into this. I want to show you exactly what I do whenever I do some general maintenance on my roof. This one here doesn't have to be done but every maybe 2 years or so. So I got some time and it's a beautiful day. Why not? Because I'm just out here trying to live the coolest life. Alright, so what do you need to buy when you go to replace your vent, which is like what this is, for your sewer? Basically, it's a vent hose for your plumbing area. What do you need to get? You can get a kit. They're going to run you anywhere between 25 and 50 bucks if you buy them online, and I would highly recommend that. What you're going to get in that kit is something that looks like this. You're going to get your top. I actually have two of them because I bought two kits. You're going to get this sticky stuff that's going to peel off and go up underneath of this side. And you're going to get some brand new screws. So that's good. Next thing you're going to do after that is use this lap sealant. They send you sealant. I prefer the Dicor brand. This is a really good lap sealant with that guy's ugly mug there. I mean, the good looking guy's face there on the product, so you know it's a Dicor product for roofing experts. And don't do like I did on this last one that I did, which was I didn't really put enough Dicor on it. As you can see, I really could have put some more on there, and I think I will. I'm gonna go back and clean the area. Clean the area with what? They don't give you any clean solution here, so I typically use lacquer thinner, or you could use acetone. Basically, it's the same kind of stuff and works the same way. You're definitely going to need your gun here for that thing. You're going to need some scrapers. Some type of scrapers. You notice these are not metal. No on the metal. Use this kind, the plastic ones. Got a nice little brush, bigger brush, and some of this. And of course, if you're using this stuff and you think you're going to use a ton of it, get yourself some gloves to cover your hands. Me, I don't use gloves typically. I just try to get ready for it and give myself a nice group of paper here, and then I will use it as I dab it along. But let's go over here and get started of the pain in the butt, which is what I'm going to replace this one and this one. And what I'm going to do is I gotta scrape this stuff up, and it's a pain in the butt, let me tell you. Let's get started. Before we get started, make sure you have something nice and cool to drink. Now, up on top of my roof, sometimes it's hard to get service up here as far as someone to help you get something to drink, so you obviously must bring it yourself. So you either get you some water, or if you can, get you a nice domestic beer, which is what I do. Now, of course, if you don't have a domestic beer and you've got something non-domestic, that's what you drink, obviously. If you have this, you drink this first, and then if you don't have this, you get you some Modelo. I actually prefer the Negro Modelo, which is a lot like the Guinness. It's nice and dark. Or you get the Budweiser or something. Anyway, but you only drink one. You're only allowed one per project. Luckily for me, this is 2 vents, and so I should be drinking 2, right? So we'll see if I can make it down from here. The other thing you're going to need, well, I would highly recommend, knee pads. Cheap old knee pads. They are your friend. Also, if you do not like your roof and you don't want to sit on this, get yourself a cheap, and I do mean cheap, get them from Goodwill or somewhere, yoga mat. Yes, that's right, I said yoga mats. Mine are blue. I think I got 2 blue ones and a green one. I normally get a yoga mat, what do they call them, 5 millimeters or 8 millimeters, get the 8. And it's really good for sitting on top here, because if you're up here longer than you thought you were going to be, it's a lot easier on your butt, and also when you turn sideways, it's easier on your knees and everything else. I got these 55-year-old legs, and they don't always want to work the way they want to work, but I'm still able to do it, and so here we go. So let's start scraping. This will take you a little while because this stuff doesn't want to come up as well as you think it will, and This is also sometimes good to pry it back like this, gives you a little better angle, also saves your hands a little bit. But let me go ahead and start working on this and show it in a snap. I'll have it done. And just like that, it's all off. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I still gotta do that one after I get to the beer, right? So what this does is this exposes the screws. You can see I got some rust on that one. That one's good. That one's got some rust. I'm gonna replace all those anyway. So the other tool you need is that screwdriver and or socket wrench in this case. I think my screwdriver will fit this, and I got a good Klein screwdriver, so it should take these off with no problem at all. After that, I'm gonna come around here and I'm gonna try to get as much of this off as I possibly can, and then I'm gonna put that acetone or that lacquer thinner just a little bit to get off any kind of residue, because I want this to be nice and clean when I put my tape on underneath of this thing, and which is this stuff. I'm gonna put the tape on down here, and then I'm gonna stick this back on there and screw them back in those holes. And let me do a quick promo here. This is my Klein. It's what I call my favorite screwdriver. Why? Because it's interchangeable. It's got these bits here that come out and swap ends. You can also pull them out from here. So that comes out and you can turn that thing around and put it back in there. The other great thing about it is this is actually the size of mini hex heads. I don't know what this is, ½ inch maybe? But also this piece that I just pulled out is also the perfect size for stuff like this. It fits right on top of that just fine. So I don't have to grab a whole big giant socket set in order to do a job like this. I can grab my Klein and put these pieces together, and just like that I'm taking them off, and I don't have to drag a socket set up here. I will say one other thing. This is your friend. A power drill, those little electric drills, those cordless, they're not always your friend in a job like this. For one, when you screw these down, you don't want to screw them down completely. You're screwing into a piece of wood or plexi something, or there's all kinds of materials that these roofs are made out of, and you don't want to over tighten these. No, you don't want to over tighten them at all. So you do not want to be using one of those. No. All you're going to end up doing is stripping the hole out. The same goes for your Max Airs. You don't want to be using something like that on one of these. Just get them good and hand tight is all you need. This is actually really, and this is bonus feature because I just installed these a couple days ago. So what happens here is as you buy these, you can buy these for anywhere between $25 and $50 a piece. They should come with your housing that you have here. This is an L shape, so you screw one hole into the side frame, so you're not screwing any holes in here. You screw one hole here, one hole there, and of course two on the other side. They come with all the hardware that you need. You've got a nice little spacer here, so it puts it on there nice and tight. A little lock washer, if you will. It's going to take you about 15 minutes to install it. There you can use a drill because you need to drill a hole for that screw that's going to go into the side. So that's a good time to use that drill, but not the rest of this time. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up here real quick. And just like that, that one's taken off. Now there is, you can see a little bit of a hole. There's a little bit of a gap, but that's what this stuff is for, and or this stuff is for. It's going to really secure this around. I'm actually going to put some underneath my screw holes, and I'm going to press it down really good after I get this nice and clean. Oh great, now the air conditioner is starting to run. Anyway, so I got this one on. I lined up these screw holes. Again, you don't even want to get these things, I wouldn't even say hand tight. You just want to get them good and snug is all you need to do. Make sure they're all nice and even. Of course, when I do anything like any kind of gasket, I always go opposite. I always skip them as I tighten them down. Next thing I'm gonna do is take some of that Dicor. This stuff here is self-leveling lap sealant, and I'm just gonna gunk this up and cover it up so you can't even tell there are screws there. That's my goal. And then I'll go get another beer because I should be empty, right? Am I empty yet? Probably. So I'll do that, and when I do that, I will start on the next one. This job here should take about 30 minutes. Shouldn't take you too much longer than that. So on a beautiful day like today, especially on a day that you get some shade, like this park that I'm at now, it's a great time to do work repair, maintenance on the top. Yesterday it was so beautiful that I got some nice some Mother's brand vinyl treatment, and I did top of my slide toppers because they still need to be treated. It's got a UV protection on it, so I'm going to do that every 6 months or so. That again is bonus to you. So not only did we cover how to install these things, we talked about doing the vent covers for your air vents, your max airs, and also we talked about these as far as getting yourself some protectant on the outside of those. Don't do that from the top. Get yourself a good ladder. I got a nice extendable ladder. I got it from Harbor Freight, I think it was. It cost about $100. One of those extension ladders. Really great. You pack up small, and I put it here, and I did this area, then I put it here, and I did this area. Nice and slow. Take your time with it. Do a good job. Clean it off first, and then and put just some good treatment on that. And that way your slide topper is going to last you a good long while. Now I know this particular slide toppers are relatively new. I think they're about 2 years old, but they're in awesome shape, and I look to have them for at least another 2 years, if not 4 years. Well, that's going to do it. I don't think you need to see me do yet another one of these. I might just show you a picture of this of what my die-core job looks like, or what my lap sealant, my self-leveling sealant looks like at the end of this. But that'll be all. Be sure to like and subscribe, send this to your friends, and I hope you've enjoyed this, the how-to-it version of Coolest Life, because you are now leaving the coolest life.